What's up, people? Welcome to another Sunday afternoon, another Unexplained Cases medium. You've got Rick, you've got the medium, you've got Mary. And there's a song in there. We'll go on and on.
You said you were too tired to act like this.
Nope. I told you there's going to be extra cheese, whether you want it or not. I'm going to deliver. Right? Hey,
Look
everybody.
at my Halloween set.
You know, it's still epic. That needs to be a full screen. So everybody soak that in. Everybody enjoy. Irene is sharing.
Higher, but...
Oh, wait, a little rotate like there. So Irene, thank you for sharing. We'll be looking forward to chatting with you in a little bit. Yeah. Oh, well, what do you? I can't quite. It's not quite there. What do you rotate?
My M?
Yeah, rotate. I mean, there
like
you go.
That?
Yeah. So that's fine.
I couldn't dare break it down. I was like, I just want to use this. It's not Halloween yet.
It's not.
I mean, if Halloween had passed, and of course not, but it's not. I mean, did you want to know what my biggest pet peeve is?
Do tell.
When people leave decorations up after the holiday's over. Like, if you want to put decorations up a month before, 2 months before, that's cool. I don't care. But the day the event is over, take it down. I don't know why that drives me crazy. It's just, I think because it's over.
So
We've moved on.
You're one of those. Like, you can't just savor it a little bit longer. It's like when it's done.
It's done. If you want to savor, start early because we're leading up to. But once something is completed, let's let it go. Let's be done.
You know, everybody kind of has their own little taste on this. I mean, like, I could say it's like right now, this is spooky season. We're not talking about Christmas. I don't want to see the Jolly Man. I don't want to see.
For sure. That's true.
No, just don't do that. But some people are like, I can't help myself. And see, Anne-Marie, Michelle, Anne-Marie, UK, hello from across the pond there. Michelle, Stacy, how you doing? Nikki, Michael. Yeah, see, now I can only talk to Stacy from now on. Babs, let's see here. Kristen, hello from Georgia. Yeah, that's a couple states over from my home state there, from the SIP. Mississippi, hello to you. Crystal, I keep my Halloween stuff up all year round. Wait a minute. Let me bring you in.
Uh-oh.
Crystal said, yeah, right there to you.
To be fair, nobody agrees with me. My husband doesn't agree with me, okay? I know I'm the only person on the planet who feels that way. You be you, Crystal.
That's right. See, hey, Susan, Deborah, the model. She's in California too. So I'm seeing a lot of our familiar faces there. So welcome, everybody. Appreciate you being here today. Hey, one thing a little more somber, wanted to be able to mention here before we get too far into the show. Want to pay tribute today, paranormal investigator, who basically she has like 27 years in the field. I personally didn't have a chance to know her or know of her work. But she, in May, was basically only given like days to be able to, had a cancer diagnosis then, but basically fought until this month. And I believe it was over the weekend, passed away. So her name, Nikki Shaman Carroll. So Nikki has left us, and for those of family and friends, I know this is a tough time and tough weekend. So our hearts out to everyone, and wanted to take a moment to express that. But also wanted to take a moment to thank everybody. If you're in the chat watching the show now, and if you were able to watch last night, oh my goodness. What an amazing time with hashtag Save Halloween at the Haunted Red Mill. That was a phenomenal experience. We appreciate everybody's support. It's certainly there for the viewing for those who have who got a ticket. That is some exclusive content, but that's also where the set right there got to debut. So that's where it gets a little extra legs. But any quick thoughts from you before we move on into pick a card about last night?
Everything was just so much fun. Malia got really drunk. That was funny. It's always funny to mix spirituality with drunken behavior. And at one point she even made the comment, speaking on behalf of women, but at that point I think she was pretty drunk. So I was like, speaking on behalf of all drunk women. So she was a blast, and she's going to be on our show next week. Actually, she's got something interesting going on with her family, a curse or something. But most important, what I thought was fascinating was Daryl from Ghost Hunters. Now, this video, they'll be able to download it for like half price or something soon, right? Or no?
Yes.
Did I just say something I shouldn't? Okay.
No.
But Daryl, he said someone had asked, or we were talking about what equipment if you're just starting out. And, I thought it was fascinating that he said, don't bring equipment when you first start. Just go to these locations and see what they feel like, experience them. Paraphrasing. It's not exactly how he said it, but I just thought that even though I'm not a ghost hunter and I don't do that, but that was like, yeah, because you have to be in touch with your intuition first so that you can acknowledge and feel and hear and see whatever spirits are there intuitively first before you can have them speak through equipment. So I thought that was really cool that he acknowledged that and pointed that out. That stood out the most to me.
Absolutely. So phenomenal time. That was Daryl Marston and Mustafa Godleri from A&E's Ghost Hunters, who were a part of that, and Malia Molino. I always have to just think just a second with her last name there. But
me too.
Malia, fabulous. Everybody was wonderful in helping us put that on. So we were pleased to do that.
All right. I haven't picked your cards yet. Usually I have them ready, but I wasn't getting clear signals. So we're going to pick those kind of together. So close your eyes. Anyone that's new to the show, we check in, connect to our intuition first before I have you pick your card. So I want you to focus on your breath. So we're going to consciously deepen the inhale and then consciously deepen the exhale. So in other words, lengthening the inhale and then really lengthening the exhale. Consciously breathing. Consciously feeling that belly really expand and then really feel that belly pull in. What we're doing is connecting to our gut, connecting to our third eye, our intuition, how we hear, see, feel. So continuing that breath and keeping it really long, really deep. What is it that you need to hear today? What is it that you need to feel today? What is it that you want or need to experience? You find that in your inhale and then in your exhale. So let's lengthen one more time, deepen that inhale. When you're ready, lengthen that exhale. Allow the belly to continue to expand with your breathing. Open your eyes. There's one. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's two. Whichever ones fall out of the deck are the ones that I use. There's three. Okay. Now, don't peek. Which order do these go in? Okay, so now the question is, what order does Spirit want these in? Oh, frick. Drop that one twice now. 2, 3. Okay. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Card 1, card 2, card 3. Card 1. By the way, these are my dog cards. How cute are these? Sitting on your throne. You guys, card 1. Listen, this is the way I set this up. It's going to sound like, okay, let me just explain it, then I'll back up. So this is, you're sitting on your throne. You've created your empire, you've created your world, and now you're sitting up there all by yourself. Now, empire doesn't mean billions of dollars. Creating your world doesn't mean you've done something massive. This is talking about how you create your environment, how you create your surroundings to benefit what you feel you need most. And this is sounding arrogant. And for some of you, you're probably not arrogant people. And so I don't want you to see it that way. It's a way that we've created a wall of protection, a wall of a barrier around ourselves to protect ourselves from being hurt. And so we put ourselves on this throne, and they're showing, that's why they're showing me like this emperor with this throne and this protection around him. No one can touch him, no one can see him, no one can influence him. There's this false sense of security that you've created for yourself, and you believe that now I can't be hurt, I won't be hurt, this won't happen, that won't happen, because you've created this barrier around the heart. For some of you, it's a barrier around your organs, or like it even feels like your liver. And so that could be food. That barrier is food, what you're putting in your body. It could also be liquid. It could be smoking. So sorry, Daisy's coming through and she's going to knock everything over. So let me just pick your cards up. I don't know if you guys saw everything shake. Okay, so we create this security, this world around us where we believe now we can't be hurt. Whether we've built a financial wall, a personal wall, an emotional wall around the heart, like I said, using food as a barrier. We've done something to give us a false sense of security, this false sense of I am protected, I won't get hurt now, I have this under control. I have this thing called life under control. Well, you don't, because you are co-creators with the universe. And when you co-create with someone, it means you're not alone. You're not the only person. So stop acting like it. Do this before you get knocked off your throne. And I'm not here to instill panic and fear. That's up to you if you want to look for panic and fear. But you will be shown that this false sense of security is exactly that. It's a false sense of security, whether it's financial, emotional, or whatever that is. And true security is finding your connection to spirit, knowing that your intuition will always guide you, knowing that your higher consciousness is always there and always waiting to surrender, to bring you to your next level, to bring you to where you need to go. That's all you can count on. At the end of the day, we can't count on humans, because humans are all there for their agenda, not meaning to hurt you, not meaning to hurt me. It's their agenda. It's what they think is right for them. Sometimes they even think it's what's right for you, for those around them. So especially those who are listening to this right now and saying that doesn't apply to me, but I picked that card, it does apply to you. You just got to dig deep to find it. Card 2. Death Have we been experiencing loss? Are we in the process of experiencing loss? Are we scared of that loss? This rebirth that happens when we lose people we love or animals we love, it's our time to rebirth. It's our time to start over. For some of you, this may not be a physical death, but there was an emotional death. There was a loss of some sort, right? And this happens so that we can rebirth. Okay. It's kind of like sending someone off to the airport. When you drop them off, you're not continually going, are they there? Did they get on the plane? Did they get, I mean, depending on the situation, but let's in a normal day, it's your husband and they're going off to work and they travel all the time. Okay. You bring them to the airport, they get on the plane, they go, and you hear from them that night and you're like, oh yeah, how was your day? Right. You're not obsessing over what happened. Where did they go? You go on with your life. And now your life, because your husband or wife are away, you have things you could do that you normally wouldn't have done. I'm not referencing to someone. This metaphor is interesting. I don't mean now that they're gone. I actually was the part of the metaphor I was referencing was when somebody leaves us. How do we behave? How do we manage it? How do we take it? And so when we drop someone off at the airport, we let them go and we trust that we're going to see them on the other side. But we don't do that when people die. We don't trust that now a window has been opened for me to rebirth, to start over, and to become who I'm supposed to become. And B, we don't trust that where they've went, everything is okay. Because we don't have that inner faith in spirit, that connection that I was talking about earlier. So whether or not you are going through a physical loss or this is an emotional, personal, it's rebirth. It's beginning again and doing it differently and growing from it. Card 3. Card 3, this is quite a struggle you got going on. It's a fight. And you're feeling victimized. You're feeling like the victim. And I'm not going to say that you're not. But some of you aren't the victim. Some of you are the aggressor. I use that word lightly. Not abusively, just meaning controlling. But for those that are feeling like the victim, because I feel like most of you that picked this card are that feeling victimized or feeling like you can't get somewhere because someone keeps blocking or, every time you try to do this, this happens. Every time you try to do that, that happens. And it seems like it's the same person. Maybe it is the same person, but for some of you, it is the same person. And for some of you, it's not the same person. It's a different person behaving the exact way for some of you, it's the same person. For some of you, it's a different person wearing that same face, right? Holding you back, telling you no, you can't do this, you can't do that. And it's a fight and it's a struggle. And some of you are in this struggle, you're in this fight and you're in it. And in order for you to get out, you have got to be able to see, like there's a mountain in front of you and all you're doing is staring at the mountain and you have to look around the mountain. Like there's a mountain here, but you can walk around it, but you can't see that. All you can see is the mountain. Stop staring at the mountain. Expand your thinking, expand your intuition, expand your ability to see more than just the problem. Okay. I feel like I was yelling at everybody today.
Yelling at everybody?
Yeah, it's really getting into it.
I think that was more passionate.
I knew you were going to say that. Bruce and I always go, when people say so-and-so's passionate, that's a questionable word. Okay.
Yeah. It depends on the flavor there. So again, thanks everybody. There's a ton of folks that are actually in the chat. We appreciate you. And periodically I'll drop reminders of just how things work, and just to reemphasize it because we do have some new folks. Welcome. Yeah, we love our fans. We love our new people. We love all of you. Irene is actually a psychic case that's coming up today. She's actually in the green room, waiting
Oh,
right now.
good.
So I just wanted to at least acknowledge her that see you, but we'll get to that shortly. So next up in our flow of things is something that I think a lot of folks are fairly interested in. Because who doesn't like the doggies and the kitties? It's a
You're
segment that
telling me.
we call animal communication. So you got a
All
special
right.
case going on right there, I guess, huh?
Look at that one. So here's the thing. We were going to have someone else on the show today. Their dog, Darren, our buddy, his dog watches TV. Like
Mhm.
literally watches TV. But he got bummed because we had a kitty emergency that was very important that we needed to address.
Okay.
So we've got Merlin. Merlin's the long-haired one. And the kitty right there, the short hair, doesn't have a name yet because he was just rescued. I'm going to refer to him as he, not sure if it's he, but we'll go with he. And the parents are concerned that these two aren't going to get along.
Mhm.
And because listen, have anyone has ever tried acclimating cats? Oh my God. Like there is nothing easy about that. Nothing. So, first off, everyone would agree you gotta be it's you gotta give yourself I mean, my gosh, it took my dogs a year to really acclimate. Cats are nuts. I mean, they're like the most powerful little creatures, but they are nuts. So you gotta first and foremost be patient. So but here's the deal. Merlin, such a beautiful little guy. Merlin is smarter than you guys give him credit. I mean, I know how much these parents love Merlin. Like I get it, but you put him a little bit more in the you see him a little bit more vulnerable than he actually is. He is smarter than you think he is, and he knows exactly what he's dealing with this kitty, and is not phased. Now, is Merlin setting boundaries? Yes. Is Merlin not going to, allow someone to take advantage of him? Absolutely. But he is so smart. There's a reason why you named him Merlin. That's a magician, right? That's a smart freaking animal you have there. And you guys are now I'm not going to be mean, but you're treating him like he's this vulnerable victim, which he is not. He is smart. And that kitten knows exactly his position in between the two of them in their relationship. That kitten knows who's in charge and it's not him, right? So you've got these two cats that actually understand each other really well. Are they going to fight? Yes. Are they going to drive each other nuts? Yes. Is that going to happen all the time? No. It's going to get better, but it's going to happen. And you two have to be able to trust the process. First of all, you have to have faith in the cat, the fact that you were drawn to this kitten and that you chose to save this kitten's life, and that didn't happen haphazardly. My understanding is you've had Merlin for a while. You knew you allowed yourselves to wait until you felt the time was right. These two are going to be just fine, but you have to allow them to learn about each other. And Merlin's saying, I learn about him through play. I learn about him through dominance. Like, this is how cats learn about each other. Let us figure it out. We'll be fine. Hang on. I just want to see if there's anything else. This kitten is silly. So Merlin doesn't have a sense of humor, but the kitten does. Okay, so that's always going to be, it's kind of like Rick's cheesy jokes. He's always going to find them amusing. I'm always going to roll my eyes. I mean, I've overused that eye roll emoji to the point of where, like, I think that's going to be taken out of my phone. So think of it think of it like that. Merlin doesn't really have a sense of humor. This kitten does. And so that's always going to be an area of aggravation, okay? Because Merlin's like, I don't think it's funny. The kitten thinks it's funny. Okay, well, so what? They're not hurting anybody, and they're not hurting each other. I really love this relationship. I really love these two together. It's really unique. It's really different. It's, let me also, something they had mentioned is they were afraid these guys weren't soulmates. Let's talk about the word soulmate. I have yet to soulmate. Let me start here. Soulmate doesn't mean that you are love at first sight, that you are perfect in every way, that you two mesh flawlessly. A soulmate is a teacher that you have been with for lifetimes. You have loved each other, you have hated each other, you have loved each other, you have killed each other. You are soulmated. You teach each other life lessons. You bring each other to the next level. Now, we can also have kindred spirits or soul. I'll use the word soulmate too, where you just two peas in a pod. I mean, I'll use that word soulmate a lot for two peas in a pod, where it's just this beautiful synchronicity. Okay, well, that's great, but cut to last lifetime, and I was reading you two, and you were crying because he murdered someone in your family. You know what I'm saying? So expand our thinking. Understand that soulmate doesn't mean lovely flowers all the time, just perfect. Like spirituality isn't even that. Spirituality isn't even everything is beautiful and sunny all the time. Spirituality is dirty and painful and sad and mistakes and all these things. So why would we ever put that on that soulmated word, perfection, on ourselves or our animals or anyone else? It's not real. We've created this term that isn't real. What is real is relationships that teach us, whether you are animals or you are humans, or you are humans teaching animals or animals teaching humans. I love these two together. And when it comes to cats, I'm very hesitant because I know how hard that road is. And I know how mean they can be to each other. But I like these two together. And you get my vote. All right.
Voila. Awesome. And now we got to keep things rolling because we only got probably about 15 minutes to unpack probably a ridiculous amount of stuff that's going on.
Okay.
Irene,
Hi.
welcome to the show.
Hi, Irene.
Hi, Rick. Hi, Maryam.
Hey, we appreciate you. You have been so supportive, and it was so wonderful to virtually meet you and find you. And I'm going to step aside, so basically, y'all can.
Just a second, Rick. Here, my Halloween cat.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
Wait until you hear. He's 21 years old.
Oh, whoa! What?
That's awesome.
Wow! Very cool. Well, I'm gonna step back so the two of y'all.
Okay.
Okay.
Irene, tell me. Don't give me a lot of detail. Just tell me your first question as simple as possible, and then I'll ask questions from there.
I am being followed by a dark entity.
Okay.
If I talk about, I used to live in a very haunted place for 20 years.
Okay.
And it was 17 people committed suicide. Okay.
Okay.
A person died before we moved out in July. We moved out in October. And something followed me to this new place that I'm living. We moved up because I got sick. Everyone got sick. My children got sick. My daughter got sick. I got sick. My eldest son got sick. My youngest son got sick. It was really bad. And I found out that something was following me. And I feel that every time I talk about my old place, I used to get scolded like with this dark entity. He used to talk to me in English, and I live in Japan, so I know that spirits would speak to me in Japanese if it was, but I think it's a dark entity because he speaks languages, right?
Okay. So let me stop you there so I can get a read on what's going on. Tell me, Irene, pronounce your last name for me. Takura. Okay.
Yeah.
You say it much better than me. Okay, so hang on. Let me check in and see what's going on here. These pictures you sent me, Irene, these are your mom and your grandma. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
She died of radiation poisoning through the atomic bomb in Hiroshima. During the war, they ran away to Hiroshima from Tokyo. And, well, later on, she got sick and she didn't make it to her 60th birthday. So I know she's around here. I know she's with me because I can feel her presence.
Okay. So... all right. There's multiple spirits that are around you. And there's one in particular who has, it's a male, young, and he has an affinity for your children. And I mean that actually in a very light-filled way. He's attracted to the family, the feeling that you bring to the family and the love that you carry for your children. And so he's kind of just riding on that, like he has inserted himself into the family. And that has caused a lot of imbalances. The getting sick isn't someone putting that on you. It's not demonic. It's that this entity has inserted himself into the family.
Oh dear.
And it's actually affected I don't want to say everyone's DNA, but I want to say it's affected their physical bodies, because there's a connection, an energetic connection, or let's call it a rope for visual, that families have with one another through the gut. Okay. And so this energy has inserted himself into this ring of this energetic circle that your family has, because he was needing that type of support and that type of connection. So it's not so much bad. It's not so much demonic.
I wonder if it was my best friend who died.
What's their name?
His name was I forgot. Sorry, but there was two people that my soulmates. I had two soulmates who died. One in September and one recently.
It very well could be. What was the other person's name?
Brett?
Could be. It could be. I'm not really sure. It could be. Brett feels a little bit like, but I'm not sure. It feels a little bit like he's aligning with the energy I'm talking about. But that's what's happened. Okay, so now the question is, do we want to remove this energy? Do we need to remove this energy? Or do you want to, okay, so the answer is yes, you want to remove this energy. You don't want them to be a part of this. Yeah?
Well, I don't know, because, well, it's kind of like I'm caught in between, right?
And that's okay. It's really, so here's how the spirit world works. I want you to see it. It's no different as having neighbors. So if your neighbor decides that they're going to come over every day and eat dinner with you guys, and they don't ask, they just do it.
Yeah.
It's up to you to tell them no. Or you might say, I love this idea. I love having more energy in my home. Let's do it. But only you know what's right for you, and only you will know what's right for the spirit, because the spirit is attached to you guys. So, and that's not something you have to answer right now. That's something you can sit on. You can think about. And if you decide you want that energy removed, you can just reach out to me and I can work with you. Most likely you can simply remove it yourself. But at the end of the day, it's really about whether or not you want this being there. Is that something you want to decide now, or you want to decide later?
Well, maybe he should go.
Maybe he should go?
Yeah, because I'm tired of being sick all the time. And so are my kids. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let me connect with him.
Okay.
There actually is a darker energy attached to that. This is
See?
interesting.
I know.
There is another layer there.
I can feel it. I know it.
ちょっと助けて。違う違う違う違う。猫。違う。挟まってんだバカ。無理やり引っ張るの。
How many are in your family?
There's 3 children and my husband and me. 5.
Do you all live in the same home?
This is a brand new house we bought in October.
But you all live there?
Yeah.
Okay. These energies came in together.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to need we're going to have to do a part 2 of this, Rick.
Okay.
Because I'm going to need photos of this home, but I'm also going to need photos of all your whole family along with their names, because I need to see who these beings have stepped in and connected with, why, which ones, who in your family they've done that to, and where this dark energy is attached. And they're really inbred. So what's happening is this energy can't hurt you. It's making you nauseous, making you sick, but it can't hurt you. So what we need to do, Rick, is I know that next week we already have someone booked. So let's have you on that following week. In between now and then, I'll send you a list of everything I need, because this is going to take a minute to remove this guy, both these guys. Okay.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
But you're okay until then. No one's going to hurt you. I've made sure of that.
Okay.
And I just want to make sure I do this clean, make a clean break, and let you guys get on with your life.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rick, let's make sure to hook up with Irene and do that next week or 2 weeks from today.
Okay. Will do.
Hey, Rick,
okay,
I
we'll
wanted to
email
show
you, Irene.
Oh, just a second. See?
Oh, more cats.
No, wait a minute. Is that the 21-year-old?
No, this is the 7-year-old.
Oh.
That's a baby cat.
Yeah.
He's so cute.
No,
there's my
2
boy.
of my son's hamsters. He ate them.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Okay, another show for another time.
Okay.
Bye, Irene. Bye. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was like,
vegan.
You know, I was like, see that's a double a reaction there. You know, it's bad enough to have that going on, but oh yeah, then there's the whole vegan thing there too. So.
Okay. So leave it to Irene to have a lot going on there.
Well, you know what? But see, I adore her and appreciate her being on, and I'm not surprised that we needed a part 2. All right, so we will move into.
Hey, wait, Rick.
What?
Did we talk about our show for tonight?
Well, we didn't, but we can do that at the end.
All right.
You know,
whatever.
I haven't forgotten about that. You know, there's peoples. They got stuff. They got.
All right.
You know,
Okay.
I'm working for the people here. Okay, come on.
I know. You're getting it a lot harder than I am. Okay, so I owe Lynette. My gosh, the poor woman. She emailed me and I completely forgot about her. And I looked at my last email and I was like, "Don't worry, you'll be first up." And I'm like, didn't even acknowledge her. So hi, Lynette. Let's do this. Okay, so we are Lynette. We want to talk to your sister who passed. Her sister's name is Laura, and we want to know if she has anything to say. Laura wants to apologize. She feels really bad about something and wants to say she's sorry and she didn't mean for things to go that way, and that if it could have been different, she would have made it different. She's sorry. I'm really, really, really sorry. So it's going to be really important for you, Lynette and Laura, to forgive each other, forgive yourselves. Laura, it's going to be really important that you find forgiveness for yourself so you can move on. Lynette, you find forgiveness for yourself, for her. Laura, for yourself, for her. There's a lot of love there, but there's a lot of pain there. There's a lot of anger, sadness, frustration, but a lot of love. So we need to find forgiveness. And it could be that that forgiveness isn't necessarily towards each other. Is it a father? There feels like there's maybe a mutual somebody. It's time for you two to do that together. So Lynette, I'm sure you're going to ask me, how do I do that? Unless you've been watching, get into meditation. That's how you're going to be able to hear her. And you will find your meditation practice, and she may not come through necessarily in the meditation. It may happen any time of the day or night, in your dreams, at work, wherever. Just start to open that part up so you can have that connection. I know you asked about your daughter. I'll email you because I know we only do one on here, and we'll go from there. Okay. So Jennifer lost her cat Dimmy, and so she's asking if there is, if I feel anything or see anything for Dimmy. So let me see here. I know Dimmy went missing. God, it's so, talking to lost cats is always a struggle because cats love being outdoors. Cats love that life. And so it's always hard when I have to help find them because they're not always distressed. A lot of times they're happy. So let me just see if I can get a read on Dimmy. Dimmy passed about a year ago. I can't tell if it's a year after he got out or a year ago. I can feel him though. He says he loves you. Loved you. He's saying, sorry, I disappeared, but cats love to travel. We love to travel. We love to experience the world. It's not really for us to be stuck in a home. And honestly, my cats stay in a home. My cats aren't outdoors, but I get that. They are explorers, and they're not afraid to wander from home. They're not afraid to wander, period. And they're not afraid to disconnect when the time is right and move on. We are. That's why we hold on. Dimmy was very much an adventurer and very much a really solid, clear-headed cat. This wasn't a cat that got lost and was frazzled and was, oh my God. No, this cat knew exactly what they were doing, why they were doing it. Cats are, connected to spirit and connected to instinct. It's quite a combination. We should never question them. And so Dimmy is just saying, I'm with you. I'm here. I love you. This is a strong cat though. Like, his energy is just so, nothing vulnerable, weak about this cat. And even in his passing, he was just like, yep, I get it. I got it. I'm going. It's cool. Like, no fear. This is a pretty awesome cat. I don't blame you for missing him, but he's really awesome in spirit. And so connect with him. He's your guide. He's right there. He is your guide. It's really cool how everyone who's asked about their animals, it's because their animals are right there. If you're wondering or thinking it, it's because your animal's right there. That's why everyone always asks and why we always feel it. Okay. I think that was, let me just double check, but I think those were all the emailed questions. Lynette and Jennifer. Okay, so we can go with childhood friend died tragically earlier Monday morning in a car accident. Did she suffer? Ooh, I'm sorry, Aaron. You know, I would need her name and her picture to be able to connect with her. I'm so sorry that you have to go through that. Email me, okay? Do I have any loved ones that have passed on trying to contact me? Michael. Hold on, I think I have to put my glasses on to see. I want to see if I can see your picture. Michael, I think you're going to have to email me because that's a really big question, and I need to see your eyes to get really specific for you on who's out there and what they're wanting to say, okay? So email me and I'll make sure to answer that. Do you see this is a good move? Susan. Susan, you should be retiring yesterday. Yes, it's time for you to retire. 100%. That's super easy. What will happen with Caleb? He's a Libra. I'm a Virgo. Who's Caleb? Is that a husband, a friend, a boyfriend, a son? I'm not sure. Do you know, Rick?
I don't. I was before I clicked it. I was like, I don't know if I had any context to offer.
Jenna, just if he can see your next chat, just get a little bit more. Who's Caleb? What's the relationship? What do you? I'm sorry, and I appreciate the signs. I don't work off signs. That just never been a strong point for me. Jacqueline Mooney, are there any messages from my sweet dog Gemini? Oh, what a cute name. She passed away. Oh my God, you poor thing. Let me see if I can get past the sadness. Oh, maybe that's why I pulled you guys, the cards we used today were the dog tarot. Oh, your sweet dog Gemini. I might need a picture, but let me see if I can work off a picture. Sometimes, I'm without a picture. Sometimes they're very close. She's like flying. I'll try and get more specific. Hold on. Like, she's like flying like this because her passing is so recent. Her wings are like, she's an angel and she's flying, like she's literally flying through the air. Like she's still connected to Earth to support you, but she's making her way to the spirit world to pass over. Once she passes over, there's going to be like this schooling that she goes through to determine when she comes back down to look after you. Wow, she's just like so bright and so full of light and love and just joy. Just a happy dog. Like, I'm not sure if she was like that when she was alive, but she's really like, she's right behind you. Like, I just keep saying flying because that's what she's doing. So it's still raw. You're still mourning, and she's still processing her shift. But man, was she happy with you? Loved you deeply, and wants you to enjoy life a little bit more. She's saying, Melissa, will my future turn out good?
It's a trick question.
It is seriously loaded question. I mean, we got a yes or no here. Get more specific for me. What regarding what? Okay, yeah, let's revisit that. Oh, let's get serious here. Carol, have we seen Carol before? She looks familiar. Is my recent health? Yeah. Hold on. You have anger. Heat is living in your liver. I mentioned liver earlier. It must have been yours. You have heat. You have anger. It's causing disease. You have to let go of this hurt and this anger. It's hot, and it's causing your body to heat up. You've got to release the anger. That's where this is coming from. This is something that's lived in you for a long time. Did you lose somebody that you loved and there's anger? What is it? There's some anger. Is it a father that left? Or anyway, is your health issue serious? Not if you address the anger. I keep saying that because they keep pushing that. They're pushing the anger. The heat is coming off the liver. You have to release it. You have to journal it. You have to talk about it. You have to cry about it. You got to cry. You have so much crying you need to do. If you can release the swelling, like, and I say that metaphorically, but I feel like there may also be swelling going on somewhere in the body. You release that through emotion. You're just like, your body is just holding so much pain and sadness. You have to release that. It's too much for your body to take. You've got to get into a gentle yoga class. You've got to journal. You've got to get into therapy. You've got to talk this out. There's no reason for you to be sick anymore over this. There's no reason. You got this. Beth. Hi, Beth. That's from Beth from last night, right?
Yes.
My question is who she might see with me, if anyone. Oh, is anyone with you, Beth? As spirit guides. Okay. Oh, you know what? I forgot to talk about my 2021 manifestation class. Okay, we'll talk about it in a second. Talking to myself right now.
So many things to talk about.
So many things to talk about. Beth doesn't care about that. She cares about her question. Okay. Who she might see. Well, yeah, she's talking about spirit guides, not right, not relationships.
I'm kind of thinking yes, spirit form.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. She's like, no, a relationship. I'm like, there's all kinds of beautiful angels. She's like,
only one
angels?
Only one question, Beth. I'm sorry.
Okay, so hold on. Let's see. Beth, there's so many animals out there today. There's so many animals. You have fairies and animals. You have critters. Like, not animals like, I mean, you could easily have dogs and cats, but these are like critters. Like, there's this whole, you got a lot going on, Beth. You've got this whole, like, that world of fairies. With all the critters, like it's like a Snow White, like all these beautiful creatures, squirrels and birds. And now for you to hone in on who is specific to you, I mean, meaning like who you want to communicate, that's for you to decide. But you've got critters and fairies around you. That's that's fairies and critters. That's what they keep saying.
Did you just make her like a Disney character or something?
Yes, I did. But you know, I have my thoughts on Disney. Like, I mean it for real. She's not a victimized woman. She's a very strong woman who has amazing creatures and critters around her.
And I agree totally with the first part because I know her. I'm trying to process the fairies though, basically. So that's interesting for sure.
Why you think she's too strong for fairies?
No.
Oh,
I'm just picturing Tinkerbell. So that's just me.
Oh. And that wasn't an attack. I was like, what?
Oh, I know.
You're saying she's not strong enough for fairies?
Oh, I know. And now Ian, basically, I'm sorry, we may have a problem because there's no picture.
And when and how will I become rich?
Yeah.
Bro, listen, if I had those answers, would any of us be here right now?
So I just wanted to put this here to be like, you know, folks, what definitely will always help, and not picking on you at all, Ian, but having a picture is always something that's very helpful, for sure. Just like Michelle, I have no idea if I'll actually get to your question, but beautiful picture. I love the scene. Need your
Can
picture.
you read this far away?
And I think Maryam has actually read to Mars before. So, you know,
literally.
You know, so, you know.
Yeah, your location doesn't matter.
Nope,
it's your
doesn't matter
face.
at all. Yes.
Can you read this far? But yes, we can read that far away. Is what I see in here real? Yes. I don't even need to look at you to say that, but I will. Aaron, I feel like I'm a sensitive or empath. Yes. Okay. So in other words, let's break down what you're experiencing. You are, listen, I'm fine with terminology, sensitive, empath, whatever you guys want to, medium. We say it because that's how, you know, it's socially acceptable. But ultimately, without labels, you just spirit first, you are who you are and what you're experiencing. Is what I see and hear real? Absolutely. So you're seeing and you're hearing. You probably might, I feel like you most likely feel also, okay? Digestion issues, anything going on with stomach, or really bad cramping during that time of the month, you're feeling and you're just blocking that too. So you see, you hear, and you feel. You do all of that, okay? Not so. Some of us just see, some of us just hear, some of us just feel, some of us do all. When we do all, your meditation practice is imperative. What you're seeing and hearing is real. It's teaching you. It's letting you know that you are capable of this. That this is actually who you are in a human form. So get into your daily practice. What's going to be really important is that you manage your emotional body, so that when you see and hear things, your emotional body doesn't latch onto it and start freaking out, getting anxiety, getting scared, getting curious. And so when we manage our emotional body through yoga and meditation, through Kundalini yoga, that really helps us to not latch on to the psychic experiences that we have. But I'll be honest, that's a lifetime of practice. Still working on that. What's really helped me differentiate my stuff from picking up on someone else's random stuff, like I'll get up and I can feel what the day is going to hold. I can feel who's going to be coming to me, who's going to be needing what, and sometimes that breeds anxiety, because the emotional body isn't balanced, which is why the second I get up, I'm into my meditation, my Kundalini practice, mantra. Mantras or long vowel sounds are amazing for managing the emotional body. And when I come out of it, the anxiety's gone, the fear is gone, the attachment is gone. There's just an awareness of what, when, and how, what that day is going to look like. Okay. But absolutely, Aaron, that is all you. What kind of empath am I? Well, isn't an empath someone that can feel? And what's the definition of an empath, Rick?
Yeah, some empathy. So someone who can feel.
Feel. So that would
be what I do. So,
that would be what you do, and that's so. My point is, I'm going to look at her picture in a sec. One sec, I'm cleaning my glasses. What kind of empath am I? Well, that's just someone who feels, right? There's not different types of empath, is what I'm kind of getting at. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're an empath, you feel. Period. Yep. End of story. But I know what you're wanting. So hold on. Ashley, Root. Well, that's a great last name. Are you grounded? Are you rooted? I bet you're going to need that. Feel. Yes. Now you, interestingly enough, compared to our last person, you feel like that's everything is in your gut. You actually need to get some energy running up here. So from your belly button up, you've got to get energy moving. So the energy that you feel and experience through your life, through your day, psychically, emotionally, it's getting stuck in your belly, because the belly is where we feel. Now, your last name is fascinating to me, which is why I honed in on it. Root. Are you grounded? Are you rooted like a tree? Are you rooted into the earth? Probably not. Maybe. But if you rooted yourself, you would find your belly expanding, not physically, but spiritually. The belly starts to fill with light. And the more the belly fills with light, instead of everything getting stuck there, the more the light lifts up and runs through the rest of your body. The energy is not running through your whole body. You may see and hear also, but your light, your energy is getting stuck in the belly. I wouldn't worry about if you can see or hear, because you are someone who, I was going to say you're a feeler. Is that a word? You feel. And so that should be your focus, on managing that emotional body, managing those emotions that you feel compared to what you're picking up on from others. Your diet should be vegan. Anyone in general, but anyone that feels should be vegan. And let me tell you why. It has nothing to do with animal rights. We're not talking about that, even though that's something I believe in, but we're not talking about that. We eliminate animal products because animal products sit in the gut and they rot. They do not break down. Period. End of story. Dairy products, they sit and they collect energy and collect it's like it turns into a big dust ball. So we are not supposed to be ingesting animal protein, and I know that solely from my psychic work, from my own guides, from my own experiences speaking to spirit, that the body energy needs to run through the body, and energy can't if we're putting things in the body that collect and just sit. Food is fuel. It's supposed to run through. It comes in, it releases. Nice way to say we all, right? But if you're eating stuff that doesn't break down and it just sits, well, all the energy is now collecting there. So for you, Ashley, your energy you feel from your belly. So if you're eating stuff that just sits in the gut, your life is it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. But if you, yeah, I said poop. I didn't say poop. I said poop.
No, you would say poop.
I wanted to say the S word because you know how I swear, and then I was like, "Hey, don't say that. Do you say poop?" Like,
well, see that, yeah. But I was just going to emphasize
bowel
the whole
movement.
sound effects. That was great. So I'm not really sure if this will help. I will tell you that this is context is a current relationship.
Yeah, Babs, I remember we talked before. I'm trying to figure out how to communicate with you via email. I need pictures and names. I'm not sure why I don't know how to communicate through there it is again.
Oh, okay.
Maybe she can email you, Rick. For some reason, like she was saying, she can't respond to iPhone emails or something. I don't know. I was confused.
Okay. All right. So if I didn't realize that there was a concern, but that's where so I'm going to put on my producer hat here for a second.
Thank you.
Because basically, I was noticing a few questions, and just to remind folks, so no need to keep asking a question in the comments. This is going to be Rick's moments of lecturing.
This is like people leaving
Wait a
decorations
minute.
up.
No. This is me putting on my gangsta hat, and I'm going to talk to you for a second. All right? No. So because folks are new and they don't understand necessarily how things flow along here, basically. But yeah, so you only need to ask one specific question, and it definitely helps to always have a picture in your profile shot right there. But yeah, the more specific your one question can be, the better it is. Also, in case you got skipped today, if I remember that you were on last week's show, and I say that because this doesn't always remember, I will more than likely skip you just because I want to give someone new a chance. If you had a question last week, I'm going to give someone else a chance this time. And then next week, feel free to ask your question. Or, leading to what Maryam just said and what's scrolling at the bottom, if you had a question we didn't have time to get to, if I skipped you because we've already heard from you, then at least please send your question. Send a picture to maryamlive@unexplainedcases.com, and we will hit you next week.
Can I announce my Manifest 2021 free workshop? I say that lightly because it's online, but Insta and TikTok live every Sunday. We'll touch on it a little bit here, but not a lot because that's not really the focus of this show, but I'll touch on what we're going to be talking about. But right before this show on TikTok live and Insta live, we're going to talk about Manifest 2021 and really what this whole manifestation thing means, how we do it, why it works, why it doesn't work. And how we're going to do that, whether there's COVID or no COVID, how we're going to accomplish what we want to accomplish in 2021. So follow me on Insta or TikTok, and we'll be starting that next Sunday.
Nice. And as far as another piece of business would be tonight, same channel that you're watching right now, come back. We've got Unexplained Cases Live, where we will have a pre-recorded interview. So we're live, but not totally. We're live because we'll be in the chat. And actually, unlike what normally happens, where it's just me in there, and Miriam and Darren aren't necessarily in the chats, although they try to at least read them as they can. I'm the one that's actually doing the tippity tappity. They'll be doing some tippity tappities. So
in my PJs with my dogs.
So
no lipstick.
So tonight's pre-recorded, but it's going to be an interview with Alexandra Holzer, who is the daughter of the paranormal, as she's nicknamed, because Hans Holzer, the OG of paranormal investigators there, basically. You know, the amount of research that Hans did over his dozens and dozens of years there is redonkulous. The books he wrote, the research, but Alexandra, of course, carrying on the family legacy, doing her own style, her own investigations. We get into that. And we also do a little remote viewing of the oldest house in Manhattan, which you might think, if you don't know what that is, you might think it's some boring building, but you're going to look at it and be like, that's in New York City? That's in Manhattan? Yes. And I'm not going to even tell you the name of it. You just have to watch. Got to come back here. So... Do we cover all our bits and pieces? Are we good?
We did.
Is that everything?
We're good.
All right, everybody. Love you. Be back here tonight. See ya.